long ago, African parents made us understand that the only way you can make it in this life is when you read. When you study. Yes, we are not overriding that.
Yeah.
You need to study, you need to go to school, you need to learn, right? But then while you are learning within the four walls of the classroom, you need to also learn in the society. You need to learn and learning, I made mention of observing. Sometimes too, you need to look within yourself. What is that thing in me that can speak volume? What is that thing in me
that can speak volume?
That would make me relevant? However, it won't be okay if we can box all our motivation for a particular career pursuit in funds. We shouldn't just make funds, right, or money the only motivation behind everything.
And that's massive. I'm trying to get everything in at once. Purpose. I love the definition of you saying it is what we live for or what we are chasing after. Now, some people will say they are, especially in our generation, all some of us are after is money. What is paying me? What is the higher pay? Where am I getting a better pay? So can we say that if we're after money, we are still after purpose?
Now, that kind of career I'm speaking about gives them the funds. But how about the work-life balance?
Some of us, in a bid to earn a living, will stop living.
If I embark on a day business like trading, I may not do well. Okay, if I involve in marketing, I may not do well. But when it is a matter of you must choose one, I would encourage you to choose purpose. It may not pay now, but it will pay later. And afterwards, I knew that job is not a work that has a career path. So you must also learn what are those jobs, those offers that tend towards career growth.
This is massive. In fact, I need to take quality time to see this video myself to learn a lot.
While surfing for funds, they still ensure that they are committed to chasing after their purpose. It shouldn't just be all about the funds. It shouldn't all about the financial remuneration, right? It should also be as a result of work-life balance, right? Now, looking at some kind of career in the country where we have today, those who have more opportunities to work in this country are those, although something is coming to my mind because I want to just be as frank as possible on this live session.
Hello there, welcome and welcome back to this channel. My name is Crown Mercy. So today we'll be discussing a very sensitive topic about purpose, career and the likes. You know, some of us have grown up and we have made the mistakes, but I feel that those coming up should not make the same mistake, and it is not too late for we also, we can start again. When there is light, there is hope. So how do we know what we are made for? What is our purpose? How do we choose a career path? What to do in life and how to do well in life? Today in the studio with me, I have my amazing boss here to enlighten us, to help us, to teach us, and to shed more light on this topic of purpose and career. Welcome, sir. Can we know your name, sir?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Or good day, irrespective of where you are listening to us from. Okay, so my name is Paul Babawale.
Okay, welcome, sir. It's a privilege to have you here. Thank you for coming, sir.
You're welcome.
So let's get into it, sir. About purpose. A lot of our age mates, I think I was in a seminar recently, and we were asking about purpose, and we can see a lot of grown-ups, they don't know what they want to do yet. So how can you define purpose or career, sir?
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Just to hit the nail on the head.
Yes, sir.
Purpose is basically the reason of one's existence. What you live for, And some may want to tell me that's what a particular person is known for. Okay, the whole reason for one's existence, what a man is pondering about always and is pursuing after. It could be daily, it could be per hour, it could even be per seconds. Something a man is known for and is living for. All right, and then we can merge that with career, basically. So when we are linking purpose and career, okay, so career is a path one has been able to crave or create for himself, being able to graft or create a particular path for yourself, be it in terms of the skill you've got or the profession you have decided to involve yourself in. Okay, so there's a need to find purpose in the career that you have grafted for yourself. It is very, very important. So like I said, career is not all about the 9 to 5. It's not all about putting on or dressing the way an Englishman would like to dress, you know, or being involved in the corporate world. No, right? A plumber could be a career person, right? As well as a medical doctor, as well as a footballer or a podcaster. Just ensure you find purpose in that, and you can actually term that as career.
Thank you very much, sir. That's massive. I'm trying to get everything in at once. Purpose, I love the definition of you saying it is what we live for or what we are chasing after. Now, some people will say they are, especially in our generation, all some of us are after is money. What is paying me? What is the higher pay? Where am I getting a better pay? So can we say that if we're after money, we are still after purpose?
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. See, when it comes to purpose, there must be a motivation. If there is no motivator in a particular thing or particular pursuit, then just give it a few time. You observe that that particular pursuit would crash, right? Whoever is running that race will not get to the finish mark. So there must be a motivator. Now, for some people, based on your question, is money, the funds, right? You can see just recently the Super Falcons, they won the WAFCON, that's the West African Women Football Competition. All right, and we observe that they are being given several gifts, funds here, funds there, and there is that particular or a particular young lady observing the trend of things, and as a result, she just feel, oh, I want to be a footballer. Right? Then you ask her why, then she tell you, can't you see
the money,
the honorarium and all, and even the national honor, right? So it is important, right? There must be a motivation. However, it won't be okay if we can box all our motivation for a particular career pursuit in funds. We shouldn't just make funds, right, or money the only motivation behind everything. Why? Because we've seen people, I don't know why I keep making reference to football, right? We've seen people make a lot of money from football, and then you see them misbehave.
Yes.
You see them misbehave. So it shouldn't just be all about the funds. It shouldn't all about the financial remuneration, right? It should also be as a result of work-life balance, right? Now, looking at some kind of career in the country where we had today, we observe that it doesn't give them time for their social life. It doesn't even give them time to serve God. It doesn't give them time to look after their children or spouse. So many people are still single today, not because they are not loving, not because they don't know how to live the family life, but brother, there's no time to socialize. There's no time to even seek God. God, who do you intend for me to marry? Right? And even if they had that time, where is the time to connect, to network? Right? And you cannot survive in isolation. You can't live life in isolation. Right? So it shouldn't all about the funds. Now, that kind of career I'm speaking about gives them the funds. But how about the work-life balance?
Thank you very
and
much. Sir.
while chasing funds, don't forget that there will be a time in your life where you won't have all the luxury of time to chase after the funds, right? It is the people you have rapport with, it's the children you have created time for that will be around you, to probably support you with one thing or the other. So it shouldn't be all about the funds, right? But so there should be a motivation. So why am I chasing after this career, right? What mark do I want to make?
The impact.
What impact do I want to make?
Even on others, not
only yourself. So seeking after funds to pursue a particular career could just be a self-centered motivation. And of course, the God we serve, our Maker, does not love self-centeredness. That's why He said He gave His only begotten Son to the entire universe, right? So
thank you very much for that. Yeah. So we don't need to be self-centered, as a teacher here, my teacher, has taught us. I think there is one video on this channel already that talked about that. You can click the link here to watch after this video. And another thing I love about this discussion, it made me remember a particular quote, I think from Apostle Femi Lazarus. He said, some of us, in a bid to earn a living, will stop living. And you were talking about we living family life and all that. But because of time, can you help us? How do we know our purpose? How do we know what we are to do? How we find fulfillment and all that?
Thank you. Now, I would like to just say something that the white men fondly say. They will say learning is from cradle to grave. Right. So I would like to chip that in terms of seeking to know what career or what purpose to pursue. Right. You need to first learn from observation. Right. You are born into a society. Okay. So a child's mindset and pursuit in life revolves around his immediate environment. So you need to observe. You need to learn. You need to look ahead. Right. Looking forward towards those who have been ahead of you. As a result, you would know who to follow and who not to, right? That will help pop up an idea as to, okay, I think I love the way this man lives his life. I love the way this woman lives his life. Then as a result, you get the right role model. So observation first, learning, no matter how young you are. Okay. All right. So my 3-year-old son.
Yeah, I was about to talk about that, because now when we talk about observation, it is more on the parents. The parents should help the children to discover themselves.
Yes.
Sorry for breaking this.
Thank you. And that would also contribute to what I'm trying to craft now.
Yes,
I observe he does things that we as parents do most often. And also he does things he observes in the society. I don't need to say that most times when we take him out, probably to a mall, he does what you see other children do, probably children above his age or even his age grade. Sometimes also he does the same thing you see people do in church, right? So at that time I will see him imitating the guitarist, sometimes I see him imitating the pianist. Sometimes I would see him play the drums. He wants to hijack the drum from the drummer. And of recent, his aunt bought him drumsticks, and he developed joy in doing that. So I'm just saying that for one to graft a purpose or a career path for himself or herself, first of all, you need to start early. Then you need to ensure that you are observant. You observe people around you, and you are able to now tick it off. Okay, this is what I want. Oh, I think I love the way this man does this particular thing. Okay, let me get closer to him. As a result, we've gotten a role model, right? So we can achieve a choice for career or purpose through observation and observing and learning early enough, then seeking the right role model, or should I say the right counsel. And we can't override God in all this. Right? There's a need, like the King Solomon said, that in all our ways we should acknowledge God, and we should make our desires known, and He will bring it to pass. So there's a need in the midst of all this to still pray, to to seek the counsel of God when it comes to making a choice for career. And not only that, in all these things, you will now tend to develop passion. Which of these do you really develop passion for? And which of these can you do seamlessly? Seamlessly. So it is not, long ago, African parents made us understand that the only way you can make it in this life is when you read. When you study. Yes, we are not overriding that.
Yeah.
You need to study, you need to go to school, you need to learn, right? But then while you are learning within the four walls of the classroom, you need to also learn in the society. You need to learn. And learning, I made mention of observing.
Yes,
sometimes too, you need to look within yourself. What is that thing in me that can speak volume? What is that thing in me
that can speak volume
that would make me relevant? So for me, I looked at it early in life. I discovered that I have this gift of administration. Okay, and at the same time, I have this gift of teaching. Okay, and I looked at it. So part of the reason why I pursued a career, or should I say, I studied law, to ensure that, okay, because I looked at it, what do lawyers do when they get to the courtroom? What do? They virtually go to the courtroom after they have studied and prepared their lesson notes. Then they get to the courtroom and they teach the judge.
Wow.
They make reference to statutory accounts, judicial precedents. They make reference to what the law says. They interpret it to the context that is being discussed, to the subject matter, all right, and they make it clear to the judge. And the judge on the other side will look at it and say, this counsel has submitted about this and this and this in relation to this matter. All the lawyer is trying to do is to ensure that he's able to convince the judge. The same thing a teacher does in the classroom, trying to convince the students to understand what he has researched about, what he has prepared in his lesson notes. All right. So, and at the same time, a teacher is an administrator as well as a lawyer. So I looked at it and said, come, if I embark on a day business like trading, I may not do well. Okay. If I involve in marketing, I may not do well. Right. But if I pick up a career in teaching, which I did for a while, which I did for a while. Now we are going back to the issue of money. Where we are in this country, teachers are not well remunerated. They are not well compensated. So I did that for a while. Probably, of course, while even as young as being an undergraduate, I did that for a while in well-meaning schools, which I won't mention here on air. Okay, but I looked at it.
It's not worth it.
I need to step up. All right, then I decided to, do all I needed to put myself in a position, right, in a strategic position to still carry out my administrative functions. And to the glory of God, that is what I'm doing now, both in the secular world and also in the house of God. All right. So you need to look within. Look within. All right. Now I will close with Tunde Onokoye, the Guinness World Record holder for chess, right? And
yes, chess.
Of chess in slum. All right. That dream started by observation. Right. He observed chess being played in a barbing salon, and that was what made him pick interest in that. He didn't learn that in school. Well, kudos to the schools who over the years have been training their pupil and students in chess, right? But he didn't pick that in the classroom. He picked that in the society, in the barbing salon, for crying out loud. Okay, so if you must discover purpose, don't limit yourself to the classroom. Don't limit yourself to church or the mosque. Don't limit yourself to places of worship. Don't limit yourself even to what your parents do. Some children are following after what their parents are doing in terms of career. My father is a lawyer. I want to be a lawyer. My father is a statistician. I want to be a statistician. It doesn't end there. Now, I would like to add this before I hand over to you. I was presiding over an interview about 2 weeks ago, an interview session, and I asked the young man, you have 2 BSc degrees. Congratulations, that's impressive. So first off, he studied banking and finance, right? And if you study banking and finance and you have an ICANN, you are chartered, you can also pass for an accountant, right? But he went a step further to study accounting again, BSc, not even an MSc. And I looked at it, you spending 8 years to ensure you achieve accounting or to be qualified as an accountant, BSc, it's impressive. But why would you have to do that? I mean, time is, on your side. At the same time, use it in getting other certifications to still get to that destination. And he told me that the reason why he embarked on a BSc in accounting is because his father is an accountant and his father has BSc in accounting, and he also wants to achieve the same. Well, I'm not going to fault him for that. But then, now let me tell you, the long short is this. That young man, from my analysis, he would rather pass for other profession and not as an accountant, because he couldn't impress the panelists during that interview. Now, this man only just wired that here. He has been able to wire in his mindset as to he must be like his father.
That's his only motivation.
That is only his motivation. So this podcast, I believe, would make other youths or the young minds there to have a different thinking or a mindset as to the choice of career. Don't embark on a particular career either to please your parents or to follow exactly after your parents' mindset. Think outside the box. You need to think wide. You need to explore wider than the four corners of your home or the family or the society you are. You see people in Nigeria being motivated by somebody outside the world. It's already a global. The world is a global, it's a room.
A global village.
It's a global village. And now it is no more a village, it's now like a room. Right? So you can actually explore wider. Right? Just look within, especially. That is more important. Then look outside the globe to see those who have similar passion, similar career paths that can serve as a role model.
Thank you very much, sir. This is massive. In fact, I need to take quality time to see this video myself to learn a lot. You spoke about observing and learning early, role model. To mention but a few: God factor, role model, learning closely and from afar. Now, we spoke about families, sir. Although it's not part of the question, but I think we can slot that in. What of those that come from the family that you must do this? I think you get what I'm saying. Like if my father says, I own a company and you must succeed me, so you must study this. So how do we try to balance that without being disobedient?
Yes, thank you. I love the question, and I also love the conclusion to that question. How do we balance it without being disobedient? So I learned several years ago that in life there's need to strike a balance in everything you do. There's need to strike a balance with everything you do. Now we have seen people, they tend towards the showbiz, and by showbiz I mean the show business, right? They want to become an entertainer, while their parents say no, you must be a career. I mean, you must be a professional in terms of the 9 to 5. Okay, you must be a chartered accountant or you must be a medical doctor, right? And they are following after another. Okay, probably they just want to leverage on their skill. They want to know how to play the keyboard and become a musician, right? But even while pursuing that, they don't appear convincing to the parents. So most times I won't blame the parents. It's because this child himself is not even convincing. You want to be a footballer, but then, yes, every now and then you go to the pitch, you play with your peers, and at the same time, you say you are a striker, you are unable to score goals.
Yes.
Right? You said you are a footballer, but each time probably one of your elderly ones pass by the pitch, you're always being benched. So there's a need for the parents to rise to the situation. So if you must do that, you must show passion, you must show commitment, and you must be convincing to your parents if that is the goal. Now, where is the balance? Somebody out there may say, yes, I'm convincing, in fact, I'm the best among my peers when it comes to making music or writing scripts, right? You shouldn't be rebellion as well, right? But still ensure that you are convincing. You show conviction to your parent that, yes, this is what I really want to do. Okay, and that doesn't stop you from learning, from going to school, right? We've seen several graduates of law, like of Files, in the entertainment industry. We've seen the likes of Funke Akindele, right? And there's one I also got to know lately. I think that should be Kate Henshaw. She never planned being an actress. She should be a medical doctor, right? But then an opportunity just came for her to feature in a particular movie. She did well, and that was it for her. All right. So for the fact that your parents wanted to learn and to be an MSc holder or a BSc holder or even a doctor, right, doesn't mean that you should abandon that gift within you. But for me, the balance and the conclusion is that you should be convincing, sound and stand and be convinced about it. So I will close with the story of Tobi Amusan, the popular athlete, the 100 meters and the Odu athlete. You see, we observed that her father was totally against that career. He wanted her to go to school. She balanced both. She went to school at the same time. It's a long story, but at the end of the day, it is still while she was schooling that she found the opportunity to explore, to blossom when it comes to being an athlete. She was then in the US running for the school team, and that was the opportunity to become the renowned athlete that we know today. So don't disobey your parents, but be convincing, appear convincing to them.
Thank you very much, sir. In fact, this is very profound. Any reasonable parent, though, my thoughts, will not go against a child doing well. Our parents want the best for us. So if you can convince them you are doing well, you will show that you have a future in this. You want to say something, sir?
No, go ahead. I'm just concurring.
Yeah. So you have a future in this. You can blossom. You can be that excellent. And I think that they really back us up. Thank you, sir. I've been learning a lot here on this show. So moving on to the next question because of time. But you know, I have questions. We can do that behind the camera, or by the grace of God, we can host him again. Please let's know your view in the comment section because I am really enjoying it, and I hope that you are enjoying this session as I am doing here. So on to the next one here, sir. Should we do, especially in our age, let's talk about 20 to early 30s, mid 30s even, and sometimes even to 40s. Some of us, we just want to do anything for money. You see, as you said, it is better that we know it early. When we are not obsessed with money, we don't want to sort this bill and all that. But the reality in our world now, we want to start feeding ourselves. We don't want to depend on our parents. So how do we balance it? Should we do anything to bring money at the moment, or we should wait for purpose?
A very, very apt and timely question. Should we wait for purpose, or should we do it for money?
Yeah.
Very, very important. Now, money is important.
Yeah.
Even to a preacher will tell you that money is the will of the gospel, and we can see it. Right? Now, this is what I would always say, especially when it comes to seeking career. All right? Yes, if you find anything doing at all, do it. If it's going to bring money, please do it. But don't be carried away in your pursuit for money. Don't be carried away. Yes, you have a purpose to follow. Ensure that you have that in mind while you are still working to get money. But when it is a matter of you must choose one, I would encourage you to choose purpose. It may not pay now, but it will pay later. I've once, in my pursuit to achieve a career path, because in Nigeria, after school, some people find the opportunity to work immediately and to set their foot in on a career path, while some don't. Okay, so I didn't have that opportunity to start working immediately after school or even after the National Youth Service Corps, right? But what I did was I ensured that jinx got broken, right? And what thing I did was that I went on volunteering, right? So I worked in a particular aircraft handling organization where I was not paying any amount. I went there, the cost of transport to and fro
Was on you.
fully on me.
Woo!
All right,
That's a lot of sacrifice.
a lot of sacrifice, and so I just found a way around it. The pursuit there is to ensure that I gain the requisite skill, right, to be employable, right, at the end of it all. Because after I went for the certification, I got the certification, but there was still no job. I kept on persisting. I kept on working with the organization. So sometimes I just get some stipend. I would take me home and probably back work the other day to the next day. But I kept on doing that till I was able to find footing. And all of a sudden, I got an offer, all right, not from that particular organization, but from another. And then I kept on working, and to the glory of God, I was able to get a job, right? Even if it wasn't still up to my dream job or in terms of remuneration, that's the salary, benefits, and compensation, right? But I still held on to that. At least this is a lot better than ordinary being a volunteer, right? And after a while, I had to resign from that job to pick on another offer, right? Okay, so sometimes in life, you may not really get it as you planned. Okay, may I also tell you that the very first job I would get was not really in that field, and this is why I said you should go for money. But I saw that something can from earning 0 naira from a volunteer job to earning hundreds of thousands. Okay, which was still not the limit because of how the economy was at the time. I was also planning to settle down, but at least I must do something. So I got a customer service job with one of the financial, in particular a commercial bank, all right. But then I wasn't still fulfilled. I knew where I was going.
That's the word, fulfillment.
And I also got to know, in terms of my job search, that those who have more opportunities to work in this country are those who are already in the labor market. I mean, those are already working. But because it is what you have, your experience, that they will look at. It's more difficult for those who don't have experience. So I want to encourage you there. If probably you really desire to do a 9-to-5 job and that opportunity is not coming yet, why not just volunteer to work? And while volunteering, ensure you do it convincingly. You earn all you need to earn in terms of experience, right? And then, if possible, you get certifications to back that experience up. I assure you, before long, you will land your dream job. And afterwards, I knew that job is not a work that has a career path. So you must also learn what are those jobs, those offers that tend towards career growth. All right. And eventually I landed a kind of job that would lead to a particular career trajectory, career growth. And that is what I'm currently doing. And I'll tell you, I find joy, passion, and fulfillment. Yes, doing it. Even if the funds, because you asked about funds, even if the funds is still not up there, but I know someday it would. In as much as I keep on gaining the requisite experience, before long we will land there.
Amen.
Now let me also add this about somebody who I met while I was in the aviation. He was more like a volunteer too, but once in a while, when the company makes a particular funds, they are able to just give him stipend. He was doing it with passion, with joy, right? While he was also working towards his certification. I tell you, that business, that particular aircraft handling company has grown. They've grown so big, and is one of in fact, he is the operations manager today from being a volunteer. I have so many testimonies to share about,
Wow.
People who, yes, while surfing for funds, they still ensure that they are committed to chasing after their purpose. So the long and short of this story is that ensure there is a balance in your pursuit for purpose and for money.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. So as much as you are chasing money, chase joy, chase fulfillment, and chase your long-term dream. Don't just let everything go down the drain because of money or because of salary. And sorry to take your time, sir, about volunteering. I think that is one of the major ways to help us in our labor market, where they need your years of experience. So why not start volunteering early, and so that you can have something to say that you got. So don't be obsessed with money, salary. Our generation, once you need them to do something, they will ask you, how much are you paying me? So our last question, because of our time, sir. Is it too late to fulfill purpose or to do well in career?
It's never too late.
Okay.
It's never too late. See, for me, there is no timeline for success. Yes. And success is not an 100-meter dash, right? It's a marathon. You must continue succeeding. And if that is the case, you need to continue working and planning towards success. So there's no cap, there's no limit.
No room for complacency.
For success, yes. Yeah. So you won't say, oh, I've lost the opportunity. I can't speak it up. We've seen several musicians, I think, I can recall, there's this man, I think, Fatai Rolling Dollars. I don't know if he's of blessed memory or not. But the thing is, this man came to limelight at a very old age, right? And there are several others like that, okay? Although, something is coming to my mind, because I want to just be as frank as possible on this live session. There are some careers that, although you may not have it all, or you may still record success in some part, right? So that's probably because I'm a sports. I so much enjoy watching sports, right? If you're a sportsman, right? If you really want to get to the climax of the career, you need to start early, all right? But generally in life, there is no limit for success. There's no limit, so there's no validity of years when it comes to succeeding. But it's good to start early, so that the more you engage in certain activities or career routine, right, the more experience you get. So somebody listening to me there, it is never too late. It's never too late. You can start now, and then the sky would be your starting place.
Thank you very much, sir. It's amazing to me. It's such a privilege. I've learned a lot here today. So we'll be letting him go now because of time. But I hope that we will have him soon back again. I would love him to talk more on we getting it even at old age. Some of us are in our 30s already. Okay, some of us are even married. Now, he will also likely help us, I don't know if you agree with me, about we getting it right before settling down. I think it is better, because we have a lot of ladies that don't know what they want. They just want, as I saw online, the lady said, I can't think for myself, so I need somebody to marry so that the person will think for me and for himself. So, but because of time, we can't cover that. That's a whole lot. You can see even this one, see the depth that he has taken us to. Thank you very much for following. Thank you, sir, for coming. It's such a privilege, it's such an honor having you here. Any closing remark for us?
Yeah, it's an honor and a pleasure having this discussion with you and our live audience. All right, so the closure here is this: don't forget that you can start now. You can ensure purpose is fulfilled, right? And don't forget that fulfillment in career is not all about the remuneration, that's the funds you get
Money.
from it, but about making impact, right? And being pleased with yourself.
Yes,
Thank you.
please do all to like this video, see the amazing stuff you are enjoying here for free. Do all to subscribe, do all to like, comment, engage. Please, let's have your views in the comment section. What you expect? Would you love to see me here again? What do you expect next time? Please also help us appreciate them in the comment section. Let me know your particular, your preferred quote in everything, because he has given us a lot of quotes. I think even from this conversation we can write a book in volumes. Thank you very much, sir.